Zoe here, Vegan Mental Iron. So, me and my boyfriend, Demetrius, right here.
Hey.
We are driving right now. We're on the road. I'm going to get my MIRENA IUD out today. So, he is taking me because he's really awesome. I love him. And we're going to, yeah, I'm going to go to the doctor and get it out. So, I will be vlogging the process. So if you're curious about this and something you're thinking about doing, you have a realistic expectation of what it might be like. So we are back, well, we're at my mom's house right now, and so now we're just having a quick bite to eat before I go to my gynecologist appointment. So we stopped at, I'll show you here, Manhattan Bagel. So they just put one in near us. I did a little research, and most of their bagels are vegan. We got this, where'd the big boy go? This BOGEY thing, it's called. So it's like a flattened onion everything type bagel. Looks in with onion in it and lots of seeds. And then Demi got a toasted sesame bagel with avocado, and then I got just a everything bagel with some tomato and of course some avocado. And we also have some other lovers of seed here, who I should introduce you to. This is Bogey. Hey, Bogey. He says, hello. What's this? I can't touch him because I just touched the avocado, but I'm gonna give him some scritches later. He's a sweetheart. And this is Morgaine. She is 35 years old, about, right? Right, Morgaine? She's a very old lady. And, sorry about the phone. And Bogey is 18 or so now. I'll give you guys some love and treats in a minute. And yeah, so we're just gonna eat our food. So just a little pro tip, if you are considering getting a MIRENA out or getting an IUD put in or anything, you definitely want to make sure you come prepared to your doctor's appointment. So I normally hate pads, but you want to bring one, and maybe some more really comfortable underwear. So yeah, we're off now, and wish me luck. I'm out here, I'm about to get it removed in the doctor's office, just waiting right now. So yeah, whole 9 yards. Check it out. She let me keep it. It's in here. Can't believe that was inside here. Back now from getting my MIRENA removed. So it took like 10 minutes, and it was a lot less painful than when they installed it. That's what it's called when they put it in. So when they put it in, it took about the same amount of time, maybe a little longer. But in order to put in an IUD, at least an intrauterine device, so there's other kinds that go in your arm and stuff, but the IUD stands for intrauterine device. And those are the ones that they actually put directly into your cervix, well, through your cervix into your uterus. So they have to actually induce a contraction, which is what happens to women when you have a kid. So those contractions are getting closer together, farther apart. You know, you've watched any like movie or romantic comedy or anything where there's pregnancy in it, and they're like, her contractions are happening, blah, 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 and it's very exciting. So they induce those, but as my doctor explained to me, it's actually more painful when they artificially induce a contraction, as would make sense because it's not happening naturally. So they had to do that to me twice. Normally it would just be once, but you know, sometimes it takes a couple tries to get the IUD inserted. So that was what happened when they put it in. And now when they took it out, there are these long strings that hang out at the end. You shouldn't really be feeling them very much, but they're so that you can take it out later. So which is why they tell you if these strings move, it can be a problem. And if you can't find the strings, you should be worried because it could mean that the Mirena has migrated, so to speak, which means basically that it is no longer where it should be, and that's where you could have really big problems, and why there are some lawsuits out there actually. You know, it could perforate the wall of your uterus or your fallopian tube. I don't know how it would get in there, but a bunch of stuff can happen. Yeah, and I'll post a link to some information on that. So, took it out. My doctor was great. She was just like, helped me be calm. I brought both of these essential oils with me to the doctor. Lavender, there we go, sage. So both of these are really good for relaxation. And sage has, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this word right, anti-menstrual. It basically has properties that help you bleed less, and it's very useful for hormones and females going through things. And then this is what I actually took into the doctor's room with, like where they actually did everything, and she's like down taking care of stuff, and I'm like, what do I do? And you're supposed to cough, but before she was like, take a sniff and take a cough, because she like saw me, and I was like, I just want to relax. She was really awesome. She gave me really good feedback, and she has said to me before, like, yeah, this is really great, I'm proud of you. Not enough women know how to do this or do this. She didn't try to scare me about pregnancy or anything. She was very upfront with me and trusting of me as a woman, and you know, told me this is the best thing you can do. So I'll take that as a pretty heavy endorsement from a doctor who's paid to put the other things in. And this is the best part. You gotta excuse me for all the cheapy cheeps and beeps. This is what it looks like. This is all clean and everything, so I'm gonna take it out. She said, my doctor actually told me, some women turn these into earrings. And I was like joking, I was like, so should I get another one? So you can see, it's very flexible. Reference, very small. Boing, 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 boing. I'm so glad to be out. There you go, you can see them now, right? So these are the strings. So this is, I believe, supposed to be a little longer. I think she cut it. And they come out of your cervix. They just hang out on the ends. So kind of crazy. I just like, it's so crazy to me that this was inside me. And yet the thing is about the Mirena, it can be a really great option for a lot of people. One of the reasons I stopped was from my side effects. I decided to take it out. And another thing as well is they don't really understand how it works 100%. And for me, that's a big warning sign with anything. So I just decided, you know, I'm gonna use some hand sanitizer. And I made this, by the way. I'll do a separate thing on that one day. It's really fun. Essential oils, aloe. But yeah, I mean, just to err on the side of caution. And also there are a lot of things that can happen, as I talked about. Things don't work perfectly or correctly. You could be looking at some major problems. And I just want to be careful. So yeah, this is my experience. When they put it in, it hurt. When we took it out, it did not hurt as much. And I would say that when they took it out, I just felt crampy, and I still feel kind of crampy. It's maybe an hour at the most about an hour after at this point, since they had it taken out. What I'm expecting to be more of a challenge will be normalizing my hormone levels, since I have been on birth control for 10 years, hormonal birth control for 10 years. So, but now, yeah, I'm just really excited to see where this goes and to take this journey. And this is the first time, I'll go into this in a separate video, but I was put on medications when I was pretty young for something that I don't want to feel like sharing about right now, but this is the first time since I was 8 years old that there are no synthetic drugs or hormones or anything in my body. And yeah, like obviously I still feel kind of the same as I did before, like but emotionally and symbolically this is such a big moment for me, and I'm so proud and I'm so happy and grateful, so grateful. And to people out there who are enjoying this method of birth control, continue on. We're lucky to have medical care, and we're lucky to have, some of us, to have reproductive rights in this country, and to have access to birth control, period. So if this is the only thing you can get somehow, my experience wasn't that terrible that I would say like don't do it. I would just say do your research. Don't let your eyes glaze over just because you think hormonal birth control is the only option. I'll be doing videos on my new methods and my routine and regimen that I put into place to try to balance things out, because I'm sure 10 years of hormonal birth control does something to your body. So this is the book, Taking Charge of Your Fertility. I talked about it for a second in another video. This explains how to understand your cycle and how to track your fertility signs, and I will show you what I'll be using for my new method of birth control. So I will be starting to use it tomorrow, will be my first reading ever, and I'm very excited. Right, I'll do a proper video on this in another time when I know what I'm doing and how to use it, but this is called the DAYSY. It's a very white box, so you can see there's some literature in here, and then you open the page and there it is. There she is. Look at her. Is she beautiful or what? So this is the DAYSY. It is a basal body thermometer and takes your temperature under your tongue. Every morning you gotta take it at the same time and track your other fertility signs, and it will tell you where you are in your cycle, so you know when are the safe times for you to have intercourse or whatever you want to, intimacy of that nature, so that you can avoid pregnancy and prevent pregnancy. I guess if you wanted to get pregnant, you could use this as well to find out when your fertile window is, but that's not what I'll be doing. I'll be doing videos on how to use it for birth control. And it by itself obviously is not a method. There's going to be days where you need to use a barrier method, like a condom or something else. And I hope that if you are a woman who is watching this, who is really fed up with the options that you've had, that you will do some research and check this out, because they also make a lady comp, and that's a different name. And I think Natural Cycles is another one, but this is the one I chose after some research. And I think the very least to know what your options are, and to know that you do not have to put hormones in your body. I think for some people that's a great option, but not everyone enjoys the side effects, and I certainly didn't. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, but thanks for tuning in. I hope if you've been curious about this topic that you will leave a comment or question below, or like this video, or subscribe to my channel, and do some research, because yeah, you deserve it. You deserve to know your rights. So thank you so much, and hope this was informative. Bye.